before you try to love someone else, and before you try to fix your life, heal your past, or build your future, there is something you may have forgotten. Right now, as you're listening to this, you are breathing, not thinking about tomorrow, not replaying yesterday. You are breathing, and yet most of the time you are not even aware of it. You live in your head, chasing deadlines, replaying conversations, imagining success, fearing failure, while your body waits for you to come home. What if I told you that the first act of real love is not romantic, not dramatic, not poetic, but simply this: to notice that you have a body and to return to it. Take a slow breath in, not because I told you to relax, not because this is a meditation video, but because this breath is proof that you are alive. As you inhale, silently say, "I know I have a body." And as simple as that sounds, it changes something. Because when you truly know you have a body, you stop treating yourself like a machine. You begin to remember that you are not just a mind producing thoughts. You are flesh, nerves, warmth, tension, sensation, a living expression of something much older than your worries. For hours, you can sit in front of a screen, scrolling, working, planning, stressing, and during all that time, you forget the tightness in your shoulders, the pressure in your jaw, the fatigue behind your eyes. Your mind runs toward the future while your body absorbs the cost. This silent separation becomes normal, but it is not natural. The ancient practice known as anapanasati, mindful awareness of breathing, begins with something radically simple. Breathing in, you know you're breathing in. Breathing out, you know you're breathing out. And from that awareness, something deeper emerges. Breathing in, I am aware of my body. Breathing out, I return home to my body. Home, not to a house, not to a place on a map, but to this living presence that carries you everywhere. When mind and body reunite in the present moment, there is a quiet shift. The noise does not necessarily disappear, but it loses its authority. You are no longer entirely lost in thought. You are here, and in that here-ness, you may begin to notice something extraordinary. Your body is not ordinary at all. Scientists spend lifetimes trying to understand what you casually inhabit every day. Billions of cells communicating, repairing, adapting. Your neocortex, that intricate layer of the brain capable of language, imagination, self-reflection. The same cosmos that formed stars organized itself into this breathing organism you call me. Inside every cell is the memory of evolution. Mineral, plant, animal, human. Your ancestors are not just stories. They are biological continuity living through your heartbeat, their strengths, their wounds, their resilience, all present in you. And yet, how often do you appreciate this? How often do you pause and whisper, "Hello, body. I'm here now. I will take care of you." It may feel strange at first, but this recognition, this gentle acknowledgement, is the beginning of self-love. Not as an abstract concept, not as a motivational slogan, but as a concrete act of returning, noticing, and valuing the miracle you already are. And when you remain with your body for more than a few seconds, you may begin to notice something else. Beneath the miracle, there is tension. Beneath the quiet rhythm of breathing, there is fatigue, perhaps a subtle ache in the lower back, a tightness in the chest, a restlessness in the stomach. The moment you truly come home to your body, you realize it has been carrying more than you allowed yourself to see. For days, months, maybe years, stress has been accumulating silently, like dust settling in an abandoned room. This is where love becomes real. Not in positive affirmations, not in grand declarations, but in the willingness to see what is actually here. Breathing in, you recognize there is tension in my body. Breathing out, you gently allow it to soften. You're not forcing it away. You're not fighting it. You're simply offering space. And space is healing. So many people believe self-love means indulgence, achievement, or self-improvement. But what if it means something quieter? What if it means noticing the pain you have ignored and saying, I see you? The body stores unspoken emotions. Every time you suppress anger, every time you swallow sadness, every time you push yourself beyond your limits, your body remembers. The jaw tightens. The shoulders rise. The breath becomes shallow. And eventually the body speaks through discomfort. Mindful breathing gives you a way to listen. In the practice of awareness, as taught in the ancient breathing sutras, there is a simple exercise. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I release tension. This is not philosophy. It is physiology. When the breath slows and deepens, the nervous system begins to shift from survival mode into restoration. The heart rate softens. Muscles loosen. The mind becomes less reactive. You are no longer trapped in constant alertness. And as the body begins to settle, something beautiful becomes possible. Joy. Not excitement, not stimulation, but a quiet sense of okayness. You start to realize that in this moment, you are breathing. Your heart is beating. The earth is holding you. Light from the sun, transformed into food, transformed again into energy, is moving through your cells. Air that traveled through forests and oceans is now filling your lungs. The elements of the cosmos are cooperating so that you can exist right now. When you truly see this, gratitude arises naturally. You do not have to manufacture happiness. You simply recognize the conditions that are already present. Perhaps you are not in immediate danger. Perhaps you have enough air, enough stability, enough safety for this moment. That recognition alone can generate a small flame of joy. And that joy is nourishment. It feeds the body. It feeds the mind. This, too, is an act of love, allowing yourself to feel good without guilt. But mindfulness does not only reveal joy. Sometimes as you sit with your breathing, a heavier feeling emerges. Sadness, loneliness, fear. Instead of distracting yourself, instead of reaching for your phone or drowning the sensation in noise, you stay. Breathing in, you acknowledge. There is sadness in me. Breathing out, you hold it gently, like a mother holding a crying child. You're not trying to silence it. You're offering presence. Just 1 or 2 minutes of conscious breathing while embracing a painful emotion can change your relationship to it. The emotion is still there, but you are larger than it. There is awareness surrounding it. There is compassion touching it. And in that embrace, suffering begins to transform. Not because it disappears instantly, but because it is no longer alone. And as you continue to look deeply into your pain, you may start to see that it did not begin with you. You may begin to see that your pain carries older stories. The anxiety you feel may echo the fears your parents never had the chance to resolve. The sadness that visits you may contain the uncried tears of generations who survived hardship by becoming strong instead of vulnerable. When you look deeply, you realize that your suffering is not a personal failure. It is a continuation. It is inherited momentum moving through your nervous system, your perceptions, your reactions. And something shifts when you understand this. Instead of blaming yourself for being too sensitive or too broken, compassion begins to arise. Breathing in, you recognize, This suffering is not only mine. Breathing out, you allow compassion to expand. For yourself, for your father, for your mother, for those who came before you. Understanding always gives birth to compassion, and compassion has the power to heal what judgment never could. When you see that your anger is rooted in fear, that your fear is rooted in misunderstanding, that misunderstanding was shaped by conditioning, you stop fighting yourself. You begin to work with yourself. You begin to say, of course this hurts. Of course this reaction exists, but I can hold it differently. That holding, steady, patient, aware, is love in action. As you suffer less, something remarkable happens. You become capable of helping others suffer less. When your child speaks harshly, you no longer react instantly because you recognize pain beneath the words. When your partner withdraws, you do not immediately assume rejection. You sense the unspoken struggle. When your parents repeat old patterns, you see the history moving through them. And because you have learned to breathe with your own discomfort, you can stay present with theirs. This is how personal practice transforms relationships. Loving yourself is not selfish. It is foundational. If you are at war with your own body, your own emotions, your own mind, every relationship becomes an extension of that conflict. But when you learn to return to your breath, to release tension, to generate small moments of joy, to hold suffering with compassion, you create stability inside. And from that stability, your words soften, your listening deepens, your presence becomes healing. You cannot offer peace if you are disconnected from yourself. You cannot offer understanding if you have never looked deeply into your own pain. The ancient teaching is simple but radical. You must come home to yourself first. Each conscious breath is a step home. Each release of tension is a gesture of care. Each moment of mindful awareness is a seed of transformation. So right now, wherever you are, take one more slow breath. Feel your body sitting or standing. Notice that you are alive. Notice that within you are the earth, the sun, water, air, and the long river of ancestors. Notice that within you is also the capacity to understand, to forgive, to love. This is not abstract spirituality. This is practical. This is trainable. This is available in the next inhale and the next exhale. And if this message resonates with you, if you want to explore deeper teachings on mindfulness, compassion, history, and the hidden wisdom that transforms the way we see ourselves, then subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like so more people can discover it, and share it with someone who might need to come home to themselves. Because the journey of loving yourself does not begin in the future. It begins with the breath you are taking right now.